Thank you for joining me on Island Focus today at the Honolulu Zoo with Dr. Emma Kaiser, who is the veterinarian here. Glad you're with us.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking the time as well. You have a large responsibility as a vet here.
Yeah, it
Literally large, right?
Yes, exactly. It can be a challenge dealing with those large animals, in addition to the real small guys, like the very small
So,
birds.
did you grow up in a place where those large animals existed? I mean, how did you even think about becoming a vet at a zoo?
No, I'm from Michigan, so I basically was always really interested in wild animals in general, and tried to get as involved as I could in conservation as I went through school, and then was lucky enough to get some opportunities to work with wildlife, both small and large, and ended up being able to work in the zoo field.
We've heard quite a bit today about the conservation role that zoos are playing, at least Honolulu Zoo. How does that play into your responsibilities?
That's a really important thing that zoos are taking on, is that conservation role, both being involved in projects around the world with species in their natural environments, and also educating people about how we can change the way that we make decisions in our daily lives to affect conservation of these wild animals.
What is one particular project I know that is near and dear to your heart?
Yeah, this past year we partnered with the Hawaii Wildlife Center, and they're based on Big Island of Hawaii, and we are doing a soft release program with the Mana'oku, which is the white tern or fairy tern. These birds, oftentimes, because they're based in an urban environment in Honolulu, many people find them on the ground, usually as chicks, or maybe if they have an injury, and they'll turn them in. And so then the question is, what do we do with them at that point? So Hawaii Wildlife Center takes them in, they rehabilitate them to the point where they can be what's called soft released, and send them to the zoo. And what we do is we allow them to become accustomed to their natural environment once they're able to fly freely, and provide them supplemental feeding so that they can still get the nutrition that they need while becoming accustomed to their natural environment. And then usually we provide 2 to 3 feedings of fish a day for these birds. And eventually you'll see over the months, one by one, they take off and they leave, and that's what we want.
Must be a little bit sad though sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a little bit sad, you know, just getting attached to individuals that we've been feeding for a while, but that's the main goal, is to get them back into the wild where they belong. So it's very rewarding.
So since you've become the vet here, the veterinarian, and the resident doctor for the animals, what's one situation, just very briefly, that comes to mind where you really felt that your role was meaningful?
I think developing a preventive medicine goal at the zoo is really important. I think sometimes in the past, zoo medicine was a lot of kind of managing issues as they came up, as people were learning how to take care of these wild animals in captivity. And I think that now we have a pretty good handle on how to perform preventive medicine, meaning vaccines, routine blood analysis, those sort of things, so we can keep them healthy longer, and knowing what they can be fed in captivity that is more natural to their system, so that they can stay healthy for longer. I think that's the biggest contribution.
Well, that's very reassuring to hear, and I appreciate you taking the time to encourage us to come see the zoo, because the animals are so well. Yeah, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for listening in to my conversation with Dr. Emma Kaiser, who's the veterinarian here at the Honolulu Zoo. Mahalo.